Welcome to the fascinating world of random. In this episode, we're going to be talking about abandoned buildings and if we want to visit them.
But first,
we decided to work it out today. For now, it's a mild beef. Okay.
mild as in I tried to murder you.
Yeah, pretty much. So moving on, we're going to get right into it. The site we're going to be using today is onlyinyourstate.com. No, we don't have any money from them, but wouldn't it be nice? This article is a little bit old, March 14th, 2015. There's 15, so stick with us if you want to hear some spooky places. Starting off strong, we're going to start with The Ridges, which is a former Athens lunatic asylum. It sits close to the Ohio University campus, where students and visitors alike often dare to explore the places known for several paranormal sightings and the beginning of the infamous lobotomy. Oh my gosh, I just said that so terribly. Okay, we're going to keep rolling. Procedure. I mean, it looks pretty scary in this. I mean, you know, you go to somewhere that has paranormal sightings. I mean, has nobody seen Paranormal Activity? That right there.
I mean that's in a house.
That right there is why I wouldn't want to go. This is an asylum for crazy people.
Yeah, for insane people. So you'll fit right at home there. Anyways, next is the Ohio State Reformatory. Commonly and formally known as the Mansfield Reformatory, the historic prison was shut down in the 90s due to prisoner reports of overcrowding and inhuman conditions.
That's inhumane.
Inhumane. Sorry, we were even.
It says inhuman on here, so it's just reading. So, only in your state, get your stuff fixed, okay? Anyways, so. That looks pretty terrible. I mean, just think of that. Like, if you're in prison, I've never been to prison. He's never been to prison. I hope we never go to prison. But anyway, if you're in prison and you're stuck with like 5 guys in one cell, it gets pretty crowded and pretty terrible. I mean, disease would spread through there like a wildfire. I mean, you get some of that AIDS, it's just going through the entire place. I'm serious. It's like Black Plague.
I mean, you know, considering the conditions that it says that it was in, like, imagine like Bill Cosby in there.
Oh man, that'd be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Next up on our list, number 3 is Helltown. With a name like that, something obviously has to be up. In Summit County, the former Boston Village was founded in the early 1800s. So that was around the time when I think the Salem witchcraft trials were going on. Don't quote me on that. It's been so long. I'll look it up while he's doing his. But and existed until the 70s when the town was mysteriously purchased by the government with plans to create a national park, which never happened. This ghost town of abandoned buildings and boarded up houses is also commonly associated with hauntings. You know, by the looks of it, it looks like something. It just looks like one of those farms you pass every once in a while when maybe you're in Ohio or Indiana or something. And you see an old barn that's pretty much about to fall down. I've seen a few of those, they get run down and people don't buy them and it looks haunted.
So the government bought that?
Yeah, so I guess the government owns this. So for all we know, there could be a military base there, underground. How do you know? I don't. You don't.
So number 4 is the Knox County Poorhouse. This creepy site is literally named the House of Nightmares and is used in the fall as a haunted house attraction. Well, that kind of makes it not abandoned, am I right? If it's used in the fall as a haunted house attraction.
If it's used in the fall, they really can't use that as a good site, as a haunted attraction. If it's really used for a haunt already, then is that really an attraction for an abandoned building, per se?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, it looks like I was totally wrong about the Salem witchcraft trials. That was in the 1600s. So I was way, way too late. It was like 1692 and 1693 was when they were talking about the Salem witchcraft trials. See, that's me and my history. I'm not up on my history, apparently. Next up is going to be 5, which is Lima Tuberculosis Hospital. Because what's creepier than an abandoned hospital for tuberculosis? That's pretty creepy. I mean, I'm pretty sure that stuff's airborne, isn't it? Is that stuff airborne? So. Because if that stuff's airborne, you gotta go in there with a hazmat suit, you know, some more hazmat suits, some bleach. I don't know, something that's gonna disinfect that place because it looks pretty scary. I mean, we've all seen The Walking Dead. You see that hospital that Rick got out of in episode 1, season 1. That's pretty scary. That's why that was such a great show up until about season 6 and 7. But that's just my opinion. What's up next?
Next is the Beaver Creek State Park, arguably the largest haunted site in the state. The ghost town of Sprucevale can be found here with few structural remains, but many ghosts.
What does a ghost look like?
Have you ever seen one?
No. If you know what a ghost looks like, put it down in the comments. Because I don't know what a ghost looks like. I mean, I've seen Casper the Friendly Ghost. But is that really a ghost? No, that's a children's TV show. Okay, let's be honest here.
It's not a TV show.
It was. They had a TV show. I think they ran a TV show.
Really?
In the early 2000s or late 90s. I'm not sure, but I think they did. All right, so it looks like up next is Higgins Sports School. Built in 1880, this creepy abandoned public school building is located in Brown County. Used as a haunted house in the fall, there's one lesson we can all still learn from this former educational center. It's that your debts are never repaid, especially if it's college. But technically this was a, I don't know if this was a, doesn't say what kind of school it was. Well, if it was a college, somebody was probably still paying their debt off, and that's why it's haunted, okay? Let's just be honest here. But technically, if it's used as a haunted house, it's not really an abandoned building, in my opinion. It's technically still purposed for something.
Next up is the Moonville, just Moonville. I don't know why I said the. But anyways, Moonville. This ghost town and former mining community is located in Vinton County, where an abandoned railroad tunnel serves as the subject of numerous ghost stories.
Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I mean, it looks pretty cool. I mean, that's like something... Railroad tunnels have a lot of history behind them, usually because there's been a lot of trains that went through there. So that's historic.
Mining community, like Minecraft? Like Minecraft mining community?
Yeah. Minecraft.
Is it like a Minecraft server in there?
Minecraft over Fortnite. Anyways, moving on to number 9, we're going to do, I can't even pronounce this, Chippewa? I don't know.
Chippewa?
Chippewa. Now, if you can pronounce that, good for you, but I cannot, so I'm going to go with Chippewa. Lake Amusement Park. Medina County holds the strangest and creepiest destination in my faint heart and paranormal intolerant opinion. Once a fun-filled, thriving destination is now a long-ago forgotten park composed of an eerie, rusted Ferris wheel, overgrown shrubs and trees growing inside of still-standing roller coasters and numerous decaying booths of kiddie rides. Creepy, guys. Creepy. And, I don't know, some of you probably played Left 4 Dead. If anybody remembers that level where you go into the amusement park and you have to go through the roller coaster and it turns on and you get attacked by the hordes and all that... That kind of gives me that kind of feeling because technically Left 4 Dead was, you were the last people alive-ish. They should have finished that series. There should be a third one. Don't hate on me.
Next up is the Mutt House Mansion. Rumor has it that this abandoned house located in Lancaster is still legally owned by someone. There are various stories of how and why this house is haunted, though very few people have made it close enough to get the full story behind this abandoned mansion. Now, from the pictures here, this looks like it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you get stranded overnight, it's, very likely that something like Texas Chainsaw or Friday the 13th or any of those horror movies is going to happen to you or whoever goes there. So, bring extra gas, bring tools.
Extra weapons.
And especially... bring a gun.
And a phone so you can call 911.
And a phone. Satellite phone.
Maybe even a nuclear device.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stuff might get crazy out on there.
Something that North Korea would approve of, okay? Number 11 on the list is Peter's Cartridge Company, the little town of Kings Mill houses the building of a once thriving industry that now stands abandoned with select portions undergoing renovations. Bullets and explosives are no longer made here, but I wouldn't be surprised if you faintly and mysteriously heard the sounds associated with them. So my opinion on this is that you could probably find some old shells or some old stock that's in there, hidden away somewhere. Most likely. I wouldn't see why not. If it was used to build, ammunition and explosives, wouldn't that be pretty cool? You find like a grenade in there until you pull the pin. It's pretty cool. You got 4 clicks, Call of Duty style. Whew.
Next up is the Haydenville Tunnel. This eerie tunnel stretches for nearly a mile between a sealed-off mine and a long-demolished manufacturing plant in Hocking County.
Okay, that is something that you see in SCP, okay? That is something you see like with the guy, I can't think of his name. It's really white and skinny guy, kind of like Caleb. But he's like, he's always screaming and bloody murder, and he like murders you. Yeah, that's what I see whenever I see a dark tunnel, okay? So that's kind of sketchy. You might go to that one. Number 13 coming in is the Roseville Prison. Aside from being home to a ghost, of course, this location is also used as a paintball arena and a Halloween haunted house attraction. Lame. If it's going to be abandoned, put it on this list. If it's used for paintball, I don't want to hear about it. It's not abandoned. It's still being used.
Exactly.
Maybe abandoned to what it was originally purposed for, but it's still being used for something. Am I right?
Next up is Franklin Castle, arguably Ohio's most haunted house. Cleveland is home to this former clubhouse for a German signing society. I'm
kind of retarded.
Home to a German socialist organization, a doctor's office, apartments, a party house, and even a home to bootleggers.
You know what bootleggers are?
Like the people who get free movies off of websites.
No,
those are pirates.
That's pirates.
Yeah,
it's movie pirates.
Sorry.
Do you know what bootlegging is?
Bootlegging? No, not exactly.
If I'm correct, he'll look this up while I'm over the next one. Bootlegging
right.
During the 18th Amendment was the outlaw of booze. So what they did in that time then was they'd have people bootleg it so that they could still drink and sell it, and they'd have underground bars, places where the cops couldn't get to it. Eventually, that was obviously another amendment was signed to reinstate alcohol into the system, obviously, because Saturdays are for the boys, okay? All right, going on to the last final one, number 15, Schrader Road Tunnel. Part of this road is located in Chillicothe, and it goes through a railroad tunnel where you can supposedly hear a baby crying if you drive through the tunnel at night with your lights off and the windows down. And that is something I'm not going to try, because if I hear a baby screaming at night and my lights are off and I turn them back on and there is a murderous baby standing there, I'm going to hit it.
So it's like Chucky.
I'm going to hit it.
You're gonna
I'm
hit
going to
Chucky?
speed up and hit it, because that is scary.
So you'd be in a car or truck.
Yeah, you're supposed to drive through it. According to this, you drive through it. You can walk through it, but if I see one in person, I'm just, I'm gonna look at it, say, nope, turn around and walk out. All right, so that pretty much wraps it up. What did you find about bootlegger? You didn't look it up. He didn't even look it up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess while he's doing that.
I have the official definition. It says the illegal manufacture, distribute. I can't read anymore. Sorry.
Distribution.
Distribution. Thank you very much. Or sale of goods, especially alcohol or recordings.
Told you.
Recording. So it's like the 60s. Nobody uses recordings. Yeah, I think that's what it. Unless I
can't remember
misread.
when the 18th Amendment was signed. Anyways, that concludes our episode for what we're gonna do. If you have an opinion on which one you think we should visit, put it down in the comments, like and subscribe, and we will eventually go to one of these places. Pick one. Thank you.